It is a flood. It's a flood. And Kathy Hoxel isn't up to the job. This is Lee Zeldin, as he would say. You know what I'm saying? This is not Kathy Hoxel is not up to the job. It's a flood, and Kathy Hoxel is not up to the job of fighting crime. And you know what I'm saying? Anonymous voice, oh, ominous voice in an ad from the Save Together New York Committee, a PAC backing him, say, say, Hoxel has defended her legislative, she have defended her legislative record in the light of Zeldin's attack, pointing to state bail laws she toughened this year. Yeah, why you toughen it only this year, Mrs. Hart? You was a lieutenant governor for how long? How long was you lieutenant governor under Komaromo crooked racia? And now you're talking about you toughen something, you didn't do shit. The crime is still the same, and it's still the same garbage. This is just talk and wordplay, seems to me, on her part. Because if she was going to prove it, she would have proved it and not spend so much time on putting mandates on the police officers. Boom, shakalaka laka, boom, boom, catty. You're full of garbage then, you're full of garbage now. And you're not saying too much. Talking about you toughen this year. Bail reform, she toughened this year. So how was bail reform even able to make it anywhere in the United States at all in the first place? Now we understand a lot of people are in it due to the fact that they were, injustice. They were charged with crimes, and they were innocent, and a lot of those are sitting in there for petty crimes that they should not be in there for. But we see a lot that is released based on bail reform to release top criminals and Latinos or people who came over the border, murdered, one or two or three or four, five people being let back out. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially what we saw happen to that young Latino brother up there when that gang jumped him up there somewhere in the Bronx or somewhere, Queens or whatever, in the bodega, chopped him up, went back, slit his throat, and then ran. And the little kid had to run all but 2 blocks. He ran to a hospital because no one would help him at all. This is not the United States that I know and have grown up on. This is this bullshitical mind frame, and our people as black people, he needs to get off the dime when it comes to understanding the criminality of the demon Democrats as a whole on our nation and New York as a whole. So we must understand that. Yeah, so she's not up to the job to me. And it goes to show how our people are not watching the game and a follower for the trinkets. You know what I'm saying? But she said she was tougher in 2019. You know what I'm saying? After 2019 reform was blamed for the rise in crime. Well, Kathy Hoxel, he was a governor for how long again? Under Como Romoracia, who was soft on crime also, who did nothing but ramp up the state for all them years into the frenzy and the crime we see with that Mrs. Blackfoot has let happen also in Chicago, Philly, and many other cities where black communities have turned into no more than a killing field, and you did nothing about it. But all of a sudden now, when the demon democratical administration all the way through to Kadiaksel, Kobo, and Obama, all of them, Bush, all of them, all the demon Democrats for 40-something years now, neck is on the fucking table. All of a sudden now, you talking about you strengthened in 2019. This is 2022 or whatever you call it. That wasn't not too long ago. You were full of garbage. The reform were blamed for the rise in crime. And yes, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to rise the crime rate. So this is why they came in with bail reform in the first place. Who's stupid? Who's stupid enough to not see the garbage? Who the fuck talks about bail reforms and let out hardened criminals who comes out and do another murder no sooner than they got out? I wonder how much you paid them before they got out. Anyway, the demon Democrats is full of garbage then. She also strengthened gun control laws after you scheme up all that we saw went on. Don't tell me it was just a natural occurrence of somebody being angry doing what they did. That is not what I'm saying. And I'm sorry for the lives that are lost. But at the same time, we still see what Mr. So and so was talking about, that you now is penalizing this man for speaking the truth, based on the fact that what we saw did not have any common understanding. Based on it, it only intensified during these last few years of the demon Democrats' neck being on the table, and all of a sudden, and then when we look at the actual scene where we have officers there in full gears, and so they did nothing but stand there, wait until it was over, and then say they did something. So we know full well that this was planned in many ways. We're not saying that it's a joke for the children or something like. No, 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 no. We wish this had never happened to the children or the school at all. Let's be honest. Who the hell wants to see or know about something that could have been my goddamn child up in that school? What are you talking about? Don't give me that. This is nothing but wordplay by the demon Democrats once again. Hoxel has also seen tension within her own party over crime. Left leaning demon Democrats have long wanted to provide more rights to those accused of crimes, while moderates like New York City Mayor Eric Ballhead Q Ball Adams are pressing her for tougher laws. You know what I'm saying? You the mayor, you should be pressing and doing your job. Wasn't you a cop? You know what I'm saying? Hoxha campaign attacks have largely been aimed at Zeldin pro-Trump record. And why are you putting Lee Zeldin in with Trump pro something or pro this or pro that? You know what I'm saying? Lee Zeldin is running for governor, so are you. Let's focus on that and that only. We don't want to focus on nothing to do with Donald J. pro-Trump bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because you are definitely a pro-Biden garbage. Talking about open border policy and all kind of crimes and shit popping up and black lives and all kinds of shit going on, chaos everywhere, Luciferian hell on earth from these demon blood-clad Democrats. Hoxha campaign attacks have largely been aimed at Zeldin pro-Trump record and the opposition to abortion rights. Here we go again. Why are women being used to destroy their own country through the right to throw away a baby or throw away your unwanted seed? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense here, and you need to start to look at this thing more clearly. Do not let her use that. That's a separate issue to itself. It should not have any bearing on the political scene, and everything and every candidate to take office must be put back on the table and worked out. You know that, and you're not stupid. Lee Zeldin is going to take a long look at the abortion situation in New York State, because remember, he's the governor of New York State, and he's going to put forward his best foot forward, because remember, and always remember, this man have twin daughters. Hello? This man, Lee Zeldin, has twin daughters who some dumb-ass, jackass, boo-hoo, asinine, clown, crackhead baby did a drive-by shooting by this man's home. I wonder, was this planned? We can continue to do more, Hoxha said on Monday, in which I don't believe. We can continue to do more, Hoxha said on Monday, which I don't believe, addressing crime. I'm looking at our resource right now, you know what I'm saying, to see what else we can do to deploy assistance to make sure that people not only are safe but feel safe. Listen to that. This is not wordplay talk. This woman had what, 30, 40, 50 years in the governor's lieutenant governor seat, and now you're talking this shit because you the governor and you running for election. You won't talk in that before election came up. You were busy worrying about all kinds of band-aids. You know what I'm saying? And foolishness, that should not have been the point. But when we look at this here, we look at that she has a very long speech talking all kinds of good things about the subway, say individuals taking the subway, which is very positive sign. We want to continue, so on and so on. The data, also paints a mixed picture. Yeah, like her not case brain lying. Lee Zeldin is a candidate for Long Island, and the candidate from Long Island, and the candidate for governor seat, as I see it.